Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Star. I'm a 34-year-old mom who likes to play in makeup. And I asked a week or so ago on my Instagram if you guys wanted a monthly palette roundup or like the last 10 to 15 palettes that I've used. And I got an overwhelming response to do the last like 10 to 15 palettes that I've used. So that's what we're going to do today. I have my little basket here. So if you're interested in that, then just stick around. So I have this Bang Star Blast drink. I've actually never tried this flavor. I usually get the cotton candy one. This is really good. All right, so before we get started, don't forget to hit the thumbs up video if you like it. I mean, the thumbs up if you like the video. A thumbs down if you didn't like it. Either way, it helps me know what you guys want to see. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and please ring that notification bell. And don't forget to follow me on all of my other social medias at Starlight Beauty 3. So I think I have 11 palettes here. And I didn't know, I wasn't sure if I wanted to like rank them or if I just wanted to like review the palettes. Some of these are new, some of them are not. And that's just how I'm going to do mine. It's going to be a little bit of mix of everything. So I did eventually decide to rank them. So this will be number 11. This is the Bad Habit Mania palette. I have 2 of these left. I since decluttered all of my Bad Habit stuff. If you guys remember, this brand was on Shop Hush. That was really big. I bought like all of their stuff. And I only kept 2 palettes. And this is one of them because it was a dupe for the Pat McGrath. I think like the Bronze Seduction or whatever. I'm ranking this number 11 because other than 2 shades, I don't like this. The mattes are fine. Let me preface this by saying the mattes are fine. The shimmers are pretty, but I don't need this. And it really did nothing that I could not do with other stuff. So like this shade right here, I love this shade. It's like a topper duochrome kind of shade. I added it on top of this Angst shade and it just gave me a really pretty look. I'm going to put it on my, like I wore it so you guys can see. And it's pretty, right? But like I have duochrome shadows that I didn't even need to use 2 shadows to get this effect. The mattes are pretty. There's nothing wrong with the mattes. Like this purple is really nice when it goes on the eye. It doesn't swatch, you know, all that great. But I mean, they're nice. I just didn't need it. And I'm probably going to declutter this one because while, yes, it is gorgeous. I don't need it. You can't get this anymore. I could sit here and say I'm going to try to use it up, but guys, I think this was like an $8 palette. Out of all of my palettes I have, this is not something that I'm going to use up. It's just not. So, all right. So, number 10, I'm going with my Violet Voss Coral Crush palette. This is something that I got on BoxyCharm. I like the colors. They're pretty. These 2 deep shades down here, they weren't deep enough for me. You guys know that I like a lot of different mattes, especially like deepening up shades, and this did not give me that. Now granted, I know it's like a springtime palette, so it's supposed to be more mid-tone and like fun. The shimmers in here are pretty. This is not something I'm gonna declutter. I'm gonna keep it. I'm glad, you know, like I'm glad to have it in my collection. And it's pretty. I don't think the formula's not terrible, but I don't think I'm the biggest fan of Violet Voss. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me see what my dog is barking about. Hang on. Where was I? So, the formula's fine. I don't think, like, Violet Voss isn't one of my favorite, like, eyeshadows. So, I don't think I'm going to buy anything else from Violet Voss unless it's, like, an amazing, like, color story that really speaks to me. I am, for this like low buy year, trying to really decide what formulas and textures and things that I just love the most. And I just, I just want to play with those. And so while I'm glad I have this, I'm not decluttering it. It's also like not a brand I'm going to go out of my way to spend my low buy money on. So anyway, that was number 10. Number 9, I am giving it to the Alter Ego Aurora palette. This is actually in my Shop My Stash right now. It's pretty. The same way, I'm pretty sure that Alter Ego and Bad Habit were the like same thing. Like when Shop Hush went out of business, I'm pretty sure like Alter Ego turned, you know, they turned into alter ego. I can't 100% say for certain, but I kind of think so. The formula is very similar to those Bad Habit stuff. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Natasha Denona Sunrise. The great thing about this is that while the colors are pretty and I like wearing it, I did a bunch of work looks with this. This I would not have bought in a Natasha Denona formula. So I'm glad I have this because I would have bought that and then never used it enough to justify the price. I don't know. Was her Sunrise palette one of the like $65 ones or the $125? I'm not sure. But either way, way too much money to spend on colors that I have tons of. The shimmer shades are gorgeous. Like I said, the mattes blend nice. Once again, you don't have a lot of deepening up shades. Like this is the darkest shade in the palette and it's just not dark enough. I found myself having to go in with my pan that palette and use my deep brown or my black when I use this. So very pretty. This Dawn shade right here, this purpley one, I really like it. But you know what? This is not unique to my collection. At this point, none of these colors are unique to my collection. So like I said, I have it. I'm glad I do. I'm not like decluttering it. This one is also not one that like I really need. So that was number, what was that? 11, 10, 9. All right, moving on to number 8. We have the Morphe 18, the Vava Bloom collection. I like this palette. It's standard Morphe quality. I mean, the mattes are fine. Some of them are more difficult to blend. These do have a lot of like 2 deeper colors that you can use. It has very, very like a pastel pink that you can help blend, you know, mid-tone shades out with. The shimmers are nice, but nothing about this palette is revolutionary. There's been so many pinky mauve tone palettes that have come out lately. Is this a good affordable one? Yes. And if you're looking for this type of color story in an affordable like palette, this one is great. And I mean, I do recommend it. Like I said, the Morphe quality is, it's easy to, Morphe quality is really for people that don't know much about eyeshadow and the fact that it's kind of hard to fuck up a Morphe eyeshadow. I mean, it just is. Some of the shades, yeah, wind up patchy, but to be honest, if you're kind of a beginner, you're just not going to use that many shades to do all of that in the first place. So that's what I kind of think of more. It's kind of like, you know, makeup for beginners. And I started out with Morphe. I've used this like Morphe quality for years. So I'm like pretty familiar with how to put Morphe shadows on my eye. But I can understand why like it's not people's favorite. So, but I do, like I said, if you're looking for a mauve pinky tone palette, like this is a good one. It's a good, decent Morphe quality. Now I've tried some Morphe stuff that's just crap, but this one's good. Let's see. I'm already 9, 8, 7, I think. All right, so the 7th one that I have, I also have the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals. I bought this last year when it came out, and I never used it. This I really, really like. This isn't the Jaclyn Hill formula from her big palette, but this is a little better than the standard Morphe formula. So, I mean, it's pretty and it goes on the eye. And, you know, one thing Jaclyn Hill can do well is neutrals. And what I like about these are, when I learned to use like neutral eyeshadows in the beginning, like I learned from Jaclyn Hill. And you know how she says, just keep deepening up. You know, you got light, mid-tone, a little bit deeper than a mid-tone, deep, deep, deep. You know, you got your deep shimmers for your outer corner. You got lighter shimmers for your inner corner. It's kind of hard to mess this up. It gives you a good neutral eye. You can get a good, nice, you know, neutral smoky tone out of this. It's pretty. I like it. I'm glad I have it. I know a lot of people, like I said, it's controversial about Morphe and it's controversial about Jaclyn Hill. But if you'd been eyeing it, like, I don't think you can do wrong, especially for like the price. I think it's like, what, $20? So it's not terrible. Number 6, I'm going to give to the Colourpop number 6, I'm giving to the Colourpop in the Limelight palette. I like this one. It's what's on my eyes today. I've only used it once. I did a like tutorial or video on this where I talk about my low buy, and you guys will see it's not, the formula is good Colourpop quality. It's not terrible. It's not the best Colourpop quality, but it's not like bad at all. It's a good formula from them. But I didn't need this color story. I didn't need this color story. I doubt anybody that's watching my video, you guys need this color story, because I'm sure we all have it a million times over. So yes, it's beautiful. It gave me a pretty spring look. Nothing wrong with the formula. That's kind of why it's going at number 6, like in the middle. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the best. It's just, it's okay. I like the packaging. You know, Colourpop comes out with so much stuff anyway that I'll probably forget about this in a week or two. So, number 5, I am giving it to the Colourpop or Kid You Not one. Now, this one I really liked. It is not a springtime, you know, palette at all. But the shimmers are very pretty. This is a gorgeous palette. The mattes have very good dark shades. And it looks like, look at that deep shade right there. It's pretty. I love purples. I have a ton of purples. But this, I mean, this really is a nice, good palette, especially if you're looking for like these purpley tones. I mean, it's gorgeous. You can't go wrong. The only reason I put this at 5 is because the ones that are still left, I liked more and I used more than this. So that's why it's ranking here, but nothing wrong with that palette at all. My hands are so dirty right now. All right, coming in at number 4, I'm giving it to the other Bad Habit palette that I have, and this is the Mystics. This one, I think I probably like more because right now, like these cool tones were so gorgeous. So I used all 3 of the mattes in here, and then I took this Essence shade, this purpley shade, and I put this Transcend shade over the top of it. And I got to show you guys, I got so many compliments at work from this look. I think I wore it for an entire week. It's how much I was like in love with it. And when you put those 2 over the top of each other, it is stunning. Way more stunning than the other one. Do I have a duochrome? I actually think I do have a duochrome that looks a lot like this. But the other shades in this palette are also good shades. The other one, I just, like the red in the other one was just, it all crumbly and stuff. But this, like the blue in this one is like spot on. I mean, it's good. So I really, really like this one. I know you can't get it anymore. I don't know about Pat McGrath's formula in these. I only have one. I think I have her Divine Rose 2 palette. Good. I don't think Pat McGrath is worth the price point. I'm sorry. Out of all the luxury stuff I've ever tried, the only one that I can see probably being worth that price is Natasha Denona, and I won't purchase her $129 ones. I only purchase her like midi size one, because to me that's enough to spend on an eyeshadow palette. And I get it. That's like, oh, you're not supposed to say that as a beauty guru, but I'm not a beauty guru. I'm a mom who doesn't want to spend that much on makeup when I could be doing other things with it. That's just me. But anyway, I put that at number 4. At number 3, I am giving it to the Beauty Bay's Berry palette. I like the color story in this. Now, we all know that Beauty Bay's shimmers are somewhat like Colourpop Super Shocky. They don't crease on me, but I've heard that like they have a problem with creasing on a lot of people. I'm going to have to put it on the inside of my arm now. But their shimmers are stunning on the eyes. Their mattes, when you layer too many of the Beauty Bay mattes together, they can start to be patchy. But you really only need 2 or 3 mattes when you have so many different colors to choose from. So it's not the like worst formula ever. It's not the best formula ever, but I find that I get along with it pretty well, and I like the color story in this one. So, and I like this one better than all the ones that were before it, so that's why it's ranking here. At number 2, I have the Angelica Nyqvist Odin's Eye Hella collection, and it looks like this. I love Angelica. I love the color story. I love the packaging. I like the Odin's Eye formula. I do not love the Odin's Eye formula. It is not my favorite indie brand formula. There's nothing, like the color story is beautiful. I mean, you have topper shades, you have like straight shimmers, you have neutrally looks you can do. It's really, really pretty. I'm so glad I have this. I still enjoy her collaboration with Calladio's better. The color story in that one was like chef's kiss to me. So I like this, and I do like this better than all the other palettes that I talked about. But this is the only Odin's Eye palette that I have. I don't know how this compares with their like actual formula in their palettes that aren't collabs. I like this. Buying from the Odin's Eye website kind of puts me off on the brand, because they do stuff by collections instead of saying, here's the palettes we have, here's the whatever. You go in and they'll be like, this is the, I don't know, they have an Alva collection or something, and then it'll pop up and it'll have the palette and the liquid lipsticks and stuff like that. But if I'm just wanting to buy palettes, I just want to get on the website and just hit palettes and see what they have. I don't want to try to remember what collections they were, because there was a palette that I wanted. I think it was one of the bigger ones. It had the really pretty purpley blue ones down in the bottom. I don't know what collection that came from. I don't even remember the name of it. And I'm not going to spend 15 minutes searching on their website to try to find that. I ain't got time for that. And even if I did have time for that, like, I don't know. They probably need to talk to their website design manager, but that's just like my personal opinion on that. They probably need to change that. Anyway, my number one palette that I've used from all of these is the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, guys. This is lovely. Lovely, lovely. I loved using this for work. And to be honest, I was so turned off by this like jelly shade or whatever they call it until I watched a video that showed me how to use it. And you take this and you put it down as a base. So I used, well, here, let me go back. I used Empowered. I put it all over the lid like that. Then I took the Love Stone, that jelly shade, and I put it on top. Then I took this, you can take Cosmic Love, you can take Moon Magic, either one of those like Top Shade, and you put it on and it foils it and makes the duochrominess on it. And when I discovered that, boom, it was like perfect. Now I love that jelly shade. I'm like, oh my God, that was such a great idea. When before I was like, that's so weird. And it's not, and it makes like everything else in this palette so much better. It just does. I would never like use it on its own. I don't think it would do anything. I can't say I understand the reason for like the crushed pearls in it or whatever it's supposed to be, but I am actually getting use out of it now, and I really, really love this palette. The shimmers in this are beautiful. I know everybody's tired of like pinky, mauvey, you know, neutrally tones from Huda, but I mean, we can't deny she does them well. We can't deny they sell. And also, I didn't buy all of her like millions of palettes in the same color story. I have this one, I have her Mercury Retrograde, and then I have a ton of her little 9 pans. But I don't have like her Desert Dusk, her like, what was it? The nudes one, her naughty one. Like, I don't have those. I do kind of want to get the naughty one, but anyway, definitely the best palette that I've used out of these last 11. So I plan on continuing to do these. I have a drawer dedicated now that once I hit like 10, 11, 15 palettes, I'll come back on here and do these review style. Are you guys okay with me putting my older palettes in it too? Because I figure I could just review new ones, but do you know how long it's going to take for me to get 10 new palettes in? Because I'm only buying 12 this whole year. So it's really not going to work doing it that way. So I figure I'll just throw the old ones in too, because we still like playing with our old makeup, don't we? All right, guys, that's it for this video. Please, like I said, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. Please subscribe and follow me over on all of my social medias. Remember, makeup is just for fun. It's not meant to be judgmental, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.